What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Football Manager video. Today we're back with another edition of that Millwall Save, and we've got an update in the month of February. We've also got a live com game, which is at home to Preston, as you can see on the screen. But before we get into that, let's bring you up to date in the last 5 games since you were last with us and see how we've been doing. Could we really restore our form? Could we push to get towards the top and make a clear distance again? Well, if you're looking at the league table, you might just see we have, but let's go on to the results. So if you remember in our last video, in our last live com game, we lost 2-0 away to Sheffield Wednesday. I think it might have been at home, to be honest. It was actually. We lost our home record, went down 2-0. On another day, we probably would have won that game, but it was just how the form was going against us at the moment. And then we travelled to the Medeski Stadium. As you see, John Swift put them in front in the 27th minute. 1-0 down at half time. I berated the players again. Like I said, you get these testing times, as in the last video, really. And fortunately for us, we did manage to bounce back here in this game. Connor Mahoney, who's probably been my player of the season so far this season, not been able to play for every single game due to injuries, but he just seems to be becoming the man come with Mahoney, really, which is obviously something that we really rely on at the moment, and especially in this game to claw us out of it. So that was 1-1. In the 56th minute, 2 minutes later, Mahoney's corner to the back post. Jake Cooper's there to head it in, his first goal of the season, against his old club Reading as well. Again, choosing not to celebrate due to it being his favoured club. And then in the 85th minute, to top it off, a rare goal from Charlie Austin, obviously on loan from West Brom. I criticised him in the last video, but here you go, Halilovic slides him in nicely through 1-on-1, and Charlie Austin does the rest. But I hoped we'd turn the corner, and we did, in the fact that we got a 1-0 win over Birmingham here. But thanks to only a Harley Dean own goal in the 56th minute, you see we kind of knocked on the door a little bit in the second half here. Romeo crossed the box, and it's kind of just scrambled in. I feel like Bennett's kind of got there, Collins tried to clear it, it's hit Dean and kind of just rolled into the back of the net. If I was Birmingham manager, I wouldn't be best pleased about that. But if you look on the match stats, it wasn't a clear game. Like, we obviously had that one win at the Medeski Stadium. I was hoping that we would turn the corner, but if anything, we still were kind of in the transition of that. Thankfully, we got the help of an own goal there, 1-1-0, and then we moved on to the next game. I felt a lot more comfortable after this performance. A 3-0 win, another home game, this time against Wycombe Wanderers. Back to, a comprehensive win. If you remember the last episode, I was talking about how the fixtures are in our favour, I felt like. And these were games that I felt we should have won, like, at least 3 out of 4 from. Ryan Woods there getting the opening breakthrough in 15 minutes. And then in the 41st minute, Matej Vidra got a goal. Back post header from Sean Hutchinson returning from injury, which is a nice contribution from him there. Heading it across to Matej Vidra, who taps it in to make it 2-0. And then just before half-time, we actually got a third to make it 3-0 at half-time. Halilovic here on the right-hand side goes to Hayden Muller, who's been a revelation for me. And Mason Bennett's there to tuck it away to make it 3-0. And that's all she wrote from this game. In the second half, Wycombe helped us out. Jason McCarthy playing against Millwall got a red card. And in the very death, they got another red card, so they were down to 9 men for the rest of the game, which really didn't have much of an impact anyway. And yeah, we coasted through the second half, looked after the ball well. And if anything, we kind of showed that we can defend. I brought back Sean Hutchinson a bit early. He was not match fit, but he was back for full training. And I don't think I've played him since, if anything. He's only played the one game. I thought, I brought him back, gave him 60 minutes, and then we had Luton and Barnsley in the last week. But thanks to the form of Hayden Muller, I just really haven't felt a need to put Sean Hutchinson back in. So we're going to the next game now, which was that Luton game. So we followed up a 3-0 win by travelling to Kenilworth Road and get a 3-1 victory. Didn't start off too hunky-dory for us, conceding a penalty. James Collins was there to dispatch it to make it 1-0. We actually went till the 61st minute before we got a goal back. Another penalty, this time Matej Vidra stepped up to make it 1-1. Nice to see Vidra get a run of games and score some goals. Obviously, quite key for me that I felt, he was going to be our signing that kind of push us on. And in the 79th minute, Ben Thompson, the ever reliable player this season for me, to be fair. A bit of a goalmouth scramble from a free kick, and Thompson was there to tuck it away to make it 2-1. And in the 97th minute, we got another penalty. This time, Vidra, no doubt there, putting his foot through it. Keeper guessed the right way, but we won 3-1. And a bit more comprehensive here. Like I said, the fixture has been favourable, and we've managed to turn up, which is important for me. And obviously, we've managed to, put away the hoodoos of January, and that's a forgotten month now. So, but one more game to round you up on, and that was away to Barnsley. So here was that Barnsley game. Again, a tough place to go to be fair, but we rose to the occasion. Alex Pritchard in particular, scoring 2 goals in a 2-0 victory. The first coming in the 10th minute, setting nerves. Scott Malone slides him through. Pritchard makes no mistake from about 10 yards out to make it 1-0. Second goal of the game came in the 89th minute. A bit more spectacular. A free kick from 30 yards out. If I was Bradley Collins in goal, the player who I'm looking at as a potential option for next season, I would expect him to save that. But that's all she wrote. We won 2-0. 5 wins out of 5 in these little roundouts for you. Much better form. I'm in a much better mood, as you can tell, after that. I just want to comment on some players that have played well recently. I thought, I've mentioned Hayden Muller a little bit there, but if you go to squad in recent form, Jake Cooper and Hayden Muller have been the ever reliable for me. Muller's played across the back before, so to speak. He's played centre-half, played one game at right-back against Wickham when Sean Hutchinson came back. But you see from his form, 7.4, 7.6, 7.8, 7.7, 7.7. He's just been a revelation in the last 5 games, and I can't really drop him. So he's in the position where if I drop him, he'll feel hard done by. Obviously, we get squad rotation into it, but he just seems to be always fit for the game, seems to be reliable. If I play him at fullback, he's quite, he doesn't have too much going forward, which is the only thing that goes against him. His corners and cross and dribbling. He's crossing and dribbling, shall I say. But for only 19 years of age, just turned 19, he's a reliable head. He plays central defence. He's competent on the ball as well. You can play him ball-playing defender if you want. I'm just playing central defence, but obviously I want my defenders to be able to pass the ball out. He needs to work on a couple of mental attributes, but I've got him in a mentoring group. He's getting better with age, and you can see, all the suggestions are that we've got a real player on our hands now. And I like the novelty of having a few players that are, homegrown, so to speak. You've got Ben Thompson, who's doing well for me in midfield, who I'll also talk about, because, I brought in Jason Malumbi as a rival to Thompson in a sense, but in the end I've kind of settled playing the two of them in midfield at the moment. Ryan Woods is obviously a valuable option to have as well, but we've got 3 midfielders competing for 2 positions, with Sean Williams as kind of like an emergency backup. And Jason Malumbi's been decent since he's come in. His form's improved. He's kind of been a bit more consistent. I told you that tactical familiarity seems to be important. And you see in the last 5 games, only 1 game below a 7, and that was against Barnsley, a 6.8, which is still not terrible for a born midfielder. Not making any mistakes, which is important. And like I said about Thompson, another player that's homegrown. I'm trying to get him to sign a new contract, but his agent wants him to be a star player. And if we get promoted next season, I don't think he'll be a star player. But the likes of Thompson and Muller will be important for us because the homegrown status in the future, if we was to be really successful and perhaps maybe make a position for the European positions, you need players that are homegrown. So you've got obviously Ben Thompson here, trained at the club for Millwall. Muller will be the same. I don't know if he's already got it at the moment. 1 second. I'm kind of rambling on in a minute. There you go, homegrown eligible. And then obviously a couple more players I'll be looking to kind of nurture through. Billy Mitchell's on that list, but I'm not convinced. He's in League 2 getting some football at the moment for Tranmere, which he's doing great at. George Alexander's another one. But if you look at him, he's probably a championship player at best in the future if he gets to that level. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe we can bring some more players through. But, it's good to have a couple of players that I hope will be key figures in this squad for a long time to come. So watch that space in that sense. I've rambled on enough now. I think we should go into the live commentary game. Before I do so, actually, I'll show the league table. Looking a lot more hunky-dory, should we say. I think it was 3 points, the gap, in the last episode. Obviously, we're winning 5 games back-to-back. Some teams have dropped some points, and we've restored our lead to 8 points. Obviously, the only downside is there's 3 teams chasing us. So if we was to have a turn of form where we struggle, maybe, have to drop a few points, then there's a possibility that a couple of teams will catch up at the same time and maybe put us into the playoff positions. So the fear's still there for me, but can't complain about the last 5 games. Let's get into that Preston game. A side who've underperformed, just sacked Alex Neil, so they've got a caretaker in charge. Let's see how we get on. One thing I also actually want to touch on is Jed Wallace. We go to his form. He's not played the last 3 games. He got injured against Birmingham. He's been a disappointment this season, I've got to say it. He's only scored 3 goals in 20 league appearances, albeit 9 with sub appearances, but he lost his position in the side, to be honest with you. He's not been my key player. I mentioned Conor Mahoney being ever reliable, being consistent for me. Jed Wallace has been the opposite, if anything, and it's been a shame. His medical report, he's had 3 serious injuries this week. Obviously a hamstring strain, which kept him out, I think, for about 5 to 7 weeks. But he's obviously nearly back, 2 weeks to go. Same with sprained knee ligaments, abdominal strain, sorry. It's not ideal, considering he is technically our best player at the start of the game. But what can you do? Also, I want to touch on Mahoney, because whilst I'm talking about Wallace, Mahoney's been the opposite. Not necessarily the best attributes mentally. However, his input has been great in the last few games, and he just seems to be consistently getting the good performances for us. And if he's not scoring goals, he's contributing in other positions, being in the build-up play to goals, and he seems to be able to play anywhere across the front 3 and pretty well in that sense. You see, he played advanced playmaker against Reading and got a goal and an assist, so it's all good. It's nice to have that kind of, player there that, you can turn to and be reliable. It's a role reverse to real life, to be honest with you, because Mahoney would be a player that I wouldn't be sure about. Wallace would be the consistent performer, so that's how it goes. Let's get into that game anyway against Preston. So here we are, the team sheets are in. You can see quite clearly we've got a kind of steady team at the moment, consistently picked. Got Bill Kowski in goal, Marlon Romeo at right back, Hayden Muller and Jake Cooper playing centre half together, forming a good partnership in the last 5 games, as I mentioned. Scott Malone left back, Ben Thompson captain, playing in the middle, Jason Malumbi next to him, with Conor Mahoney, Alex Pritchard and Mason Bennett behind Matej Vydra. So, yeah, good bench for us as well. Jack Simpson, Sean Hutchinson, Sean Williams, Ryan Woods, Halilovic, Ferguson and obviously Charlie Austin. Players that can make an impact. Austin I've considered starting for today's game when I'm making a bit of rotation, but I thought, you know what, we're playing well, play the same team. Let's try and obviously compile misery onto a managerless Preston North End. So let's get into today's game. Anyways, a goal kick from Rudd here for Preston. It's flicked on, but Muller's got there. Here's Conor Mahoney. A great ball over towards Mason Bennett. He's forced to save from Rudd there. With those ones, I always look for them to try and cut it back. Sometimes they do it, but often they'll just go for goal. Here's Mahoney with a set piece. He's gone towards the back post, but Vidra's adjudged to be offside there. I do need to look into that. I feel like they're not putting players on the post, and I kind of put Vydra to change the goalkeeper, but a couple of times he's been adjudged to be offside, so we'll have to revisit that. Here we go, another highlight anyway. Muller to Malumbi, out wide to Scott Malone. He's gone inwards towards Vydra. It's 1-0 to Millwall. Get in there. Matej Vydra to score as well. I feel significant there. I think that's like one of his first goals in open play, and that feels significant to me anyway. I consider starting him on the left-hand side and putting Charlie Austin up front. Obviously, me not changing the team's paid off there. Vydra, nice finish at the bottom right corner of his left foot. Great goal. 1-0 to Millwall. Get in. Another highlight, 14 minutes in. Throw in, Romeo takes it and it's cleared away. Hayden Muller. You've got the option out wide to Malone if you want it. Oh, what a ball to Mahoney. Oh, it's disallowed. Hayden Muller, fair play for the pass and the vision there. Picks out Mahoney, who's offside, but what a finish. It's close, I bet. Here's Muller. Oh, very, very, very close. On another day, might have been given. Good decision by the liner, you'd have to say. Great finish, though, from Mahoney. We have another highlight, though, from that resulting offside decision. Upfield by Preston, but we've got the ball again. Here's Alex Pritchard. Goes over the top to Ben Thompson, who's made the run forward. Oh, my days. Ben Thompson with a chip there hits the crossbar. That's something you don't normally see from a ball in midfielder, I have to say. Anyway, look, we're playing with confidence here, passing it around nicely. Pritchard goes out wide towards Conor Mahoney. He's got Romeo there for backup, but he wins the corner. Can we get it onto Jake Cooper's big head at the back post? Taken in, Cooper's there, it's cleared away by Davies, but we're first to it. And that's the end of the highlight. 25 minutes, we've got a set piece for Preston. Let's hope we clear this away. It's put in, straight out of Bill Kowski, thankfully there. Throw into Millwall, here we go. Malone to Pritchard, back to Malone. He's tried to cross it in, it's cleared away. Here's Harrop towards Sean Maguire. They've got a player up as well here. We're going to put a challenge in. He's gone out wide towards Hunt. Ball into the box, cleared away by Jake Cooper. Can we counter-attack? Vidra's played it long with no one up there. Interesting decision there, Matej Vydra. Considering we're playing on short passing as well, but I'll let him off this time. Preston go long to Sean Maguire down the line. Penalty. Hayden Muller, I've been bigging him up and I'm giving him a curse. I feel like he won the ball there. The ball went out of play as well. Maguire with the penalty. It's 1-1. Undeserved, you've got to say it. Hayden Muller's the judge to give him a penalty. And upset Sean Maguire to make it 1-1. That's unfortunate. Bill Kowski couldn't really get there. It's a good penalty, to be fair. Got a highlight straight afterwards. Can we bounce back and get a 2-1 lead again? Restore our lead. Here's Romeo galloping forwards. On to Mahoney. Mahoney goes back to Marlon Romeo on the right hand side. Chips it in towards Mason Bennett. And it's easy for Rudd to get to. We've got a free kick here. Mahoney. Ball into the box. Jake Cooper's there to make it 2-1. Get in there. Restoring our 1-goal lead. That's important, that. I was just about to give a shout command to kind of bollock him a little bit, to be honest with you. But fair play. Mahoney with the assist. 2-1 to Millwall. Here come Preston again, though. 32nd minute. Potts to Ledson. Nice little build-up from the strikers. And it's a good save from Bill Kowski. And Barkhuizen's there. I've bigged up the centre-halves. I've bigged up the defence in general, saying the key performers. And we've conceded 2 goals in 31 minutes. It's 2-2. Fair play to Preston. They've come here and made a game of it. They've only had a couple of chances and scored both of them. We have another throw in here to Preston. Football Manager, don't do this to me. Ball into the box. Barkhuizen looks offside there. He was offside, but Bielkowski had to make the save nonetheless. Here we go. Highlight just before half time. Romeo goes down the line. Picks up Pritchard, who picks up Mahoney. Vidra. He's given the ball away, but thankfully there's a poor pass there from Preston. Here's Malone. Alex Pritchard slides through Vidra. It's a good save by Declan Rudd. I wonder if maybe Vidra could have just put his foot through it a bit more there. He might have scored it. Nonetheless, it's a corner here. Cleared away. Can we get there to Ledson? Bennett commits the foul. I feel like it's one of those fouls you've got to take. I think he's going to get put for that. Or not. Okay. Half time. 2-2. You know what? I felt like we've played well this game. We've given them too many chances defensively. It's been shocking. Hands on hips. I'm not happy with performance. I'm not, to be fair. Just say I expect more. I'm not happy with defensive. I'm not happy with playmaking efforts. And I mean, I can't really criticise Vidra, but I'm going to say I have faith in you to see if I can obviously get a response from him. Performances across the pitch. I mean, Mason Bennett's on a 6.5, looking nervous as well. Do I drag him? No, I'll give him till an hour mark to see if he can respond. I don't want to drag him off because Bennett's been a good player for me this season. Close behind the likes of Mahoney, to be honest. Here he is now. Goes back to Scott Malone. Malumbi looks down the line towards Bennett. Can he keep it on? It's gone out for a goal kick. I feel like where we're going wrong today is they've got two up front against us. I wonder if there's anything we can change there, because obviously it's left our two centre-halves quite isolated, in a sense. I might just change things up a little bit. Maybe drop Malumbi a bit more deeper. See if he can help out the back four, so to speak. Here's Mahoney, ball into the box. Cooper's there, and he's put it wide. That would have been his second goal of the game there. 57th minute. Preston go long, looking towards Barkhuizen, but Malone gets there. Ben Thompson to Alex Pritchard, over the top to Mason Bennett, who I've kept on the pitch. He's not capitalised on his chance there. I think he might be coming off at the hour mark for Mason Bennett. Here's Malumbi, looks to Pritchard. Bennett plays through Vidra though, and it's 3-2. Get in there. Maybe Bennett stays on a little bit longer. That's a good assist from him there. Just a nice little flick through to Matej Vidra, who scores his second goal of the game from open play. Superb. Nice little build-up. Malumbi here getting involved. You know, gives it to Pritchard, gives it to Bennett. Nice little through ball there to Vidra, who leaves Rudd kind of, you know, standing on the spot. 3-2, get in. I'm just thinking maybe to shut the midfield if they start to go for it. We'll have to keep an eye on that. It's a set piece though, to Preston. Bauer's there, but Cooper clears it away. Great header. Anyone going to get to Ledson? Here's Bauer again. Let's put a tackle in, please. Rafferty to Bauer. Preston are going back. I'd love to see it. Force them out back. Here's Barkhuizen. Maguire goes for goal. Just wide. Okay. I think I am going to take Bennett off because I'm just going to protect him as well. But I'm going to bring him on. I'm going to bring on Ryan Woods. I'm going to put Alex Pritchard out wide and just put Ryan Woods there. Swap Malumbi and Woods round. Have him as a box-to-box midfielder. Get involved with a bit of everything, Malumbi, please. Wood. Here's Mahoney anyway. He comes inside, goes out wide to Alex Pritchard on the left now. Malumbi, get involved, like I said. Here's Marlon Romeo, goes for a shot, but it's blocked. Click back in, it's cleared away. Here's Scott Malone, ball in, cleared away. Still got Barkhuizen there, just kind of sitting pretty. I wonder if I can bring another centre half on, you know. Bit defensive, but just anxious the fact that these three up top on the counter attack, it's going to cause us problems. I have got the real life formation of Millwall kind of sitting here as a backup, and I've not really used it at all this season. But I think now might be the opportunity to do so, to be honest. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to bring on Sean Hutchinson. I mean, it's not a bad substitution to have. Malumbi's ran his course today. He's not done poorly at all. I just feel like we might benefit from going to this formation. I've not really seen it in practice at the minute. This is going to be kind of the first time we've put it out. I mean, let's change it around a little bit. At the start of the game, I just put two formations in. The 4-2-3-1 that I favour. And obviously, I thought a bit of realism, which I have not used at all, really. We're at the back. Anyway, throw into Millwall here. Malone to Woods. Flicked on. It's cleared away. It feels a bit more secure at the back now. Here's Pritchard to Thompson. Woods. Can he switch it? Here's Vidra. Goes for goal. Blocked. Ryan Woods to Malone. Plays it down the line to Alex Pritchard. Goes back to Malone. Ball into the box, surely. It's blocked and out for a throw. I feel like that's the end of the highlight. 73rd minute. Here we go. Can we get hold of this ball anyway? Rafferty to Davies. Right, come on. Let's stop these from passing it around us, please. Over the top to Hunt. 1-on-1 with Malone. Skips past him. Don't let the ball in. Great tackle by Scott Malone. Don't lose the ball, please. Ryan Woods. Scott Malone clears it. It's gone back to Barkhusen here. Great save by Bielkowski. Ooh, heart in mouth moment there. Just going to rally the boys, I think. Focus. We're 3-2 up here. Let's protect this lead, please. Romeo to Mahoney. It's cleared away. Here come Preston. Sean Maguire. Great tackle by Ben Thompson. Get in there. And again, no. Maguire's won it back somehow. Plays it long towards Barkhusen, who managed to bring it down against so many defenders there. Here's Rafferty. Maguire. Potts. I feel like I regret going to this back five, you know. Hunt's 1-on-1 with Malone. Ball into the box. It's a good block by Jake Cooper to stop Barkhusen from making it 3-3. Are we relinquishing too much of the ball here? I don't know what's going on. Romeo with a throw-in now. Let's not lose it here again. Romeo ball into the box. Vigil couldn't get on the end of it. Romeo's tried to keep it in. I don't know why, when it was a clearance from Preston. Here's Ledson. Back to Story. I mean, look, if you look at this now, I'm happy. I'm not, but, you know, you've got 5 defenders here. You've got this player out wide, which I'm wary of, but this is good in the sense that we're defensively solid there. There's a bit of a shape. But look, they're just going to pass it around us. Here's Potts. Gives it to Ledson. Barkhusen's on the right-hand side. Keeps it on. Back to Harrop. It's a good block from Millwall. Jesus. We're controlling the ball. We're meant to anyway. Let's sort this back line out. Maybe drop a bit deeper. I want to make another sub. Let's bring on Halilovic and hopefully get a bit of an impact from him. I don't think I have faith in you. If anything, we just need that 1-goal buffer. We've got another highlight for Preston here. I'm getting a bit anxious, not going to lie. Here's Rafferty towards Potts. Ball into the box. It's cleared away by Hayden Muller. Mahoney, you could take control of that ball there. What are you doing? Here's Davies. He goes forward to Maguire. Muller wins the ball again. Here's Thompson. Come on, Millwall. Thompson's running forward the ball here. Nice. Halilovic, just fresh on the pitch. Runs past the player and drags his shot wide. It's better. Just come on, let's see this game out, please. I feel like this is the first time. It actually is the first time all season I've gone to this back five. Felt threatened by the fact that Preston were playing the 3-man up top. Here's Woods. Malone on the left-hand side. Goes back to Ryan Woods. Thompson. Don't lose the ball, please. Romeo. He does well there. Mahoney. And it's a good save from the keeper. A set piece to Millwall. Mahoney on the corner. Aims it towards the back post. It's cleared away. I suppose one thing with changing formation, our corner routines are not quite the same here. Here come Preston though. Let's get the tackle in, please. He goes back to Ledson. Santos. Ball into the box. Maguire heads it over. Thankfully he was offside as well. Oi, oi, oi. Can I shout at the players again? Yeah, that's quite simple really. I'm going to fire them up. Come on, lads. 89th minute, a Millwall throw in. Mahoney's target and it's cleared away. You see the 3 up top's quite clear at the moment. Preston are definitely throwing players forward. Here's Harrop. He's allowed to run forward the ball. Anyone want to challenge him? Here's Santos again on the right hand side, drifting inwards. Great tackle by Halilovic, but it falls to Ledson. Here's Brown. Ledson, Malone clears it. Here come Millwall though. Matic Vidra. Fresh on 2 goals. Plays it to Malone. He plays it to Halilovic. He's running inwards. Unchallenged. Clips it towards Mahoney, who goes for goal into the side netting. 4 minutes added on. We're into the 92nd minute. Almost 93. Muller clears the ball. There's no Millwall man up front. Here come Preston again. Ledson to Brown. They score right at death. I'll be really pissed off. Story, Davies. He goes towards the left. To Sinclair. Vidra with a great tackle there. Who's been man of the match for me today. 2 goals. Seems to be performing really well as well. Here comes Brown on the left. Cleared away by Hutchinson. for answering all the questions so far of this back five. A bit realistic, to be honest with you. Real life do stand up to these sort of pressures at certain points. Here's Harrop. I've given him the kiss of death. Ledson goes out wide towards Santos. And Malone manages to see it out for a corner, though, to Preston. Last effort of the game, it's got to be said. It's clipped in. Barkhausen's header got there. Saved by Bielkowski. It's another corner. This is surely the last attempt from Preston here. Ball into the box. Bielkowski gets in there. Not really been like a standout keeper this year for me, but he's got the most clean sheets in the league, and he's just been a revelation. And that is 3-2. And breathe. Get in there. 3-2 win. I'm pleased. I am pleased. Well done, lads. It was a good win for us. We made it difficult. First half, conceding 2 goals there. Didn't, do us any favours at all. But nonetheless, lads, that is us now. 10 points clear of Huddersfield. Obviously, you've got them dropping points today, but you've got the likes of Bournemouth and Brentford to play in the next game, probably tomorrow. But that's a 3-2 win. 6 in a row. And long may that continue. So, thanks for tuning as always, guys. Next time you'll see us, we'll give you obviously a March update. We've only got 4 games to play through, and then we've got the Rotherham game, and then before you know it, we're in the home stretch at the end of the season. So, as always, thanks for tuning in. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like, and if you're new around here, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.